In 2025, the world feels louder, faster, and more overwhelming than ever before. You wake up to a bombardment of notifications, messages, and emails. Your mind is racing: work, relationships, the state of the world. It all feels like too much. It's easy to feel anxious and stressed. Sometimes, it feels like everything is spiraling out of control, and you're just trying to keep your head above water. And then there's this question you might ask yourself: how can I stay grounded in all of this? How do I find peace amidst this chaos? What if there was a philosophy that could guide you through this storm with clarity and calm? A philosophy that has been around for over 2,000 years and still holds powerful lessons today. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest minds, a Roman emperor who faced wars, political strife, personal loss, and constant pressure, yet managed to remain calm, composed, and wise. What if I told you that his teachings, rooted in Stoicism, could help you navigate the challenges of 2025? You might think Stoicism is outdated, that it has no place in the modern world of social media, technology, and constant rush. But in reality, Marcus Aurelius would know exactly what to do in 2025. His timeless wisdom offers insights that could guide you through the daily struggles of modern life. Let's explore how Marcus Aurelius's Stoic principles could help you face life with greater peace, purpose, and resilience. The overwhelming pace of modern life. Let's start by acknowledging the reality we live in today. Everything moves at lightning speed. We wake up to a stream of notifications, emails, messages, and updates. It feels like we're always on the go, with endless tasks to check off and people to answer to. We're constantly surrounded by noise, whether it's in the form of social media, the 24-hour news cycle, or the demands of work and relationships. Marcus Aurelius lived a life full of intense pressure. He was the ruler of the Roman Empire, a military leader, a politician, and a family man. He faced wars, plagues, betrayals, and personal tragedy. Yet despite all of this, he managed to remain calm and composed. His secret? A philosophy called Stoicism, which teaches us that while we cannot control the world around us, we do have control over how we respond to it. One of his core teachings was, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. In 2025, this advice is more relevant than ever. So much of our stress comes from the external world, whether it's the overwhelming noise of social media, the expectations at work, or global crises. But Marcus reminds us that our true power lies in how we choose to respond. You cannot control everything happening around you, but you can control how you react when the world feels overwhelming. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Marcus's wisdom tells us that while we can't change external circumstances, we can find strength by mastering our thoughts and reactions. This is the key to staying grounded in today's noisy world. The rise of mental health issues, anxiety, stress, and depression in 2025. Mental health struggles are at an all-time high in 2025. Anxiety, depression, burnout, and stress are widespread concerns that affect millions of people across the globe. The pressure to keep up with everyone's expectations, the pressure to be perfect, to constantly perform, can leave us feeling drained and overwhelmed. The more connected we are to our devices, the more disconnected we often feel from ourselves. It's easy to scroll through social media and feel like everyone else is living a better life. You see curated versions of success, beauty, and happiness. Yet, behind the screen, many of us are struggling with stress, self-doubt, and mental health issues. Marcus Aurelius understood the importance of mental clarity, and he would encourage you to reflect on your thoughts. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In today's world, it's easy to let negative thoughts take over. When you're stressed, overwhelmed, or anxious, it can feel impossible to escape the cycle of negativity. But Marcus would remind you that you have the power to change your thoughts. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is that our emotions are often a result of our judgments about things, not the things themselves. When you feel angry, frustrated, or anxious, it's not the external situation that's causing you pain, but your judgment about it. For example, if you're anxious about a meeting at work, Marcus would ask you, what is in my control here? Is my worry about the outcome serving me? How can I choose to respond differently? By practicing this self-reflection and reframing your judgments, you can begin to regain control over your mental state. Instead of being ruled by your emotions, You learn to respond to them in a healthier, more balanced way. The dangers of comparison and perfectionism. In 2025, it feels like everyone's life is a highlight reel. Social media constantly shows us curated snapshots of success, beauty, and happiness. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others, measuring our self-worth against the filtered, edited versions of other people's lives. But Marcus Aurelius would urge you to stop wasting time on things you cannot control, including the opinions of others. He famously said, "Don't waste time on what you can't control." When we focus too much on trying to impress others or on seeking validation from the outside world, we lose touch with what really matters. We waste energy chasing fleeting things, like popularity, material wealth, or temporary satisfaction, when we could be focusing on building a life of integrity and purpose. Rather than comparing yourself to others, Marcus would encourage you to focus inward, reflect on your own values, actions, and choices. Define success on your own terms, not based on societal expectations or the opinions of others. As Marcus said, the only wealth is to live content with little. This doesn't mean you have to reject ambition or success, but rather, it invites you to find fulfillment in the simple things, in living a life aligned with your true values, embracing uncertainty, navigating a world in crisis. The world in 2025 is full of uncertainty, from political divides to environmental crises, economic instability, and global health concerns. It can feel like the future is a giant question mark. We're not sure what's coming next, and this uncertainty can create a sense of fear or anxiety. But Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire in the midst of crisis, would remind you to accept what you cannot change. He wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." What does this mean for you today? In 2025, you might feel powerless in the face of global challenges, but Marcus would encourage you to accept the present moment for what it is. Don't waste energy worrying about things outside of your control. Focus instead on how you can make a positive impact in the areas you can influence. By letting go of what you cannot control and embracing the uncertainty of life, you create space for peace and resilience. Focus on building a life that reflects your values, on connecting with the people around you, and on doing what you can, even if it's just in your local community. Failure. Embracing setbacks as opportunities for growth. In 2025, failure is often seen as a catastrophic event. In a world where success is often measured by external achievements, making a mistake can feel like a disaster. But Marcus Aurelius had a different view of failure. He wrote, "Failure is not the falling down, but the staying down." What does that mean? It means that failure is part of the journey. We all make mistakes, experience setbacks, and face challenges. But what matters is how we respond. When you fail, do you stay down, or do you rise, learn, and continue forward? Rather than fearing failure, Marcus would encourage you to see it as a lesson. Every setback offers an opportunity to grow, to improve, and to get closer to your true self. In 2025, we live in a world where instant gratification is the norm, and everyone seems to have it all figured out. But Marcus's wisdom teaches us that real growth often comes from the moments when things don't go according to plan. Self-reflection, the power of quiet time in a noisy world. One of the most important practices Marcus Aurelius emphasized was self-reflection. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to forget to check in with ourselves, but Marcus knew that true wisdom comes from within, and he made time every day to reflect, to journal, and to align himself with his values. In 2025, we are constantly bombarded with information. The noise of the outside world is overwhelming, and we rarely take the time to pause and reflect on our inner world. But if you want to find clarity and peace, you need to make space for stillness. Take time each day to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my values? How can I be a better version of myself? By doing this, you allow yourself the mental space to grow and evolve, and to respond to life with wisdom and grace. Applying Stoicism to 2025. So what can we learn from Marcus Aurelius' wisdom in 2025? Despite all the distractions, stress, and uncertainty of modern life, his teachings offer a clear path to inner peace, resilience, and purpose. By focusing on what you can control, reframing your thoughts, letting go of perfectionism, and embracing failure as part of the process, you can navigate the complexities of life with a sense of calm and clarity. Marcus's Stoicism teaches us that no matter how chaotic the world gets, we always have the power to choose our response. Enjoyed the video? Like, share, and subscribe. Stay strong, stay focused, and until next time.